I want you to change the world, and don't think that this is going to happen peacefully or you can do it alone. We need to kill the rich. You get out there, you use your weapons, and you rip Washington apart. You hunt down the billionaires, the bank bosses, the CEOs, the scumbags, and the liars, the governors, the lobbyists, the senators, because they're all the same, and you hang them.
Good morning, everyone. It's April 11th, 2020. Are you like me? Are you getting really, really, really sick of these control freaks? Are you like me and concerned about the massive amounts of military equipment being shuffled around the United States? Right here in my neck of the woods, there's a video taken showing these giant armored personnel carriers. To give you some idea of where all this is heading, do you remember about 4 days ago I played a clip of the WHO head, Dr. Communist China Tedros himself, talking about how there was going to be a need to go door to door because COVID-19 was pushed from the streets and into households. And yesterday, I saw a report regarding CPS. And I think you understand where this is going. I think you know when CPS and all these other agencies get involved, nothing good happens. So, they are now talking about going door to door. Yeah. They're talking about this. As a matter of fact, one of my news alerts on my phone this morning, now I'll give you the headline right quick. No need to get into the article. The rising number of deaths at home have NYPD detectives fighting an invisible bullet. So, and then we had New Jersey CPS come out and talk about how if they come to a household and the parents are sick, they will take custody of those children and place them where they feel is best. You know, the agency that is well known for putting children with pedophiles. That agency. That agency is talking about coming to your fucking house. And do you think this is going to be just a one-state deal? Do you? It's funny how that dickhead, WHO guy, Dr. Tedros, says it a few days ago, and then CBS out of New Jersey are talking about coming to people's homes and taking their children. So, if you get a group of people that come to your door and they have little badges on, and they have a National Guard and a uniformed cop and a person who is there to swab you. I would strongly advise that you don't answer that door. And it don't fucking matter if your snitch-ass neighbors come out and say, "Oh, they're home. I seen them earlier." Don't answer the door. That way, if they force their way in, well, you have some recourse. You know what to do if they force their way in. Under no circumstances do you allow these people to take your children. Under no circumstances do you allow these people to take your weapons. Under no circumstances do you allow these people to take your food or your gold or anything else that is yours. Now, a lot of people would say, "You're just being paranoid." I'm not being paranoid. It's all out there. Their intentions have been clear for multiple decades. Their want has been clear for more than, longer than that. What they would like to shape the world into. Remember, I told you a few months back that the Chinese Communist way is the model for the one world order. And look what we have going on now. We have mandatory lockdowns, just like in prison or county jail. Mandatory social distancing. Mandatory. It's mandated. Now, I know I talk a lot about the virus, and I do believe there is a virus, but I also understand that they are weaponizing this virus as a tool to get into our homes, to get to our children, to do things that they didn't think possible before. And there's no going back. There's no going back to the way things were. And why would you want to? Why would you want to go back to that? We do have the power, people. We have the numbers. But contagion keeps stupid little bitches out there cowering inside their homes, eager to snitch on their neighbor for not following the rules, eager to get those points from their local authorities. And there's only one thing that could be done with these kind of people. The control freaks are baring their teeth. they are coming after us. Am I telling you this to be because I want you to be afraid? Is this me trying to instill fear? No. No. I am informing you of their intentions. I am telling you that you have recourse. If you have a group of people you can go hole up with, I would do it. And the bigger the group, the better. Because numbers are really going to count when these motherfuckers show up in groups of 4 at your door to test you. To test you with a test that guarantees a positive result. Did you know that people carry coronavirus cells all the time? And these tests can't differentiate between the COVID-19 strain and the regular seasonal cold. So, we got military equipment being shuffled all over the United States, as I said at the beginning. We've had United Nations equipment being shuffled around the United States for more than 2 decades. We've had many training drills regarding just how to do all of this over and over again. We've had the military, Homeland Security, police departments, and so on and so forth practicing killing citizens with targets of children, pregnant women, and farmers, and with guns. We've had multiple military and CDC exercises depicting the people of the United States as being zombies. You remember? We've had officials committing suicide. You remember? We've had officials found floating face down in a river. You remember that? How far are you going to let these people take this? How far? Our economy is already ruined. It was ruined before this, but now, well, you have eyes to see. You see what's going on. You see that just in the last few weeks, 17 million people have had to file for unemployment benefits, food stamps. They've had to go to food banks, bread lines that stretch for mile after mile. They have attacked us. And now their physical forces are being positioned to go to all-out war with the American people. They are emptying prisons for people like myself and anyone who might resist Bill Gates' poisonous cocktails. Anyone who might resist ID 2020. And they have the intention of killing a lot of us. So, are you going to answer your door like a sucker? You're going to let these people into your home like a sucker? You're going to let them snatch your kids out of your home like a sucker? Again, I am willing to group up with somebody. Again, I am willing to work with some of you. Again, this is no time for obedience or acquiescence or brown-nosing the so-called authorities. This is no time for that. Because we are racing straight into a Chinese communist style dystopia. And we are allowing it to happen. Is that what you want? Do you want your children growing up in a country that mirrors China? Do you want your children growing up in a nation where you're constantly put on lockdown? This sets the precedent for this. And the next lockdowns won't be because of the pandemic. You remember what happened after the Boston bombing. You remember that. You remember what the teacher said after the Parkland shooting. You remember that, don't you? What is it going to take? What is it going to take? Because the authoritarians, the wannabe communist Chinese followers, they are marching in lockstep to make this happen. Are we going to let it happen? I hope not. A lot of us are going to be driven into hiding because our neighbors are cowardly bitches. Because the people of America are cowardly bitches. Now, Dave Hodges is talking about there are sheriffs and military personnel who will not go along with this, and there's a very simple solution to those individuals from the way a communist government thinks. We know what those solutions are. We've seen it throughout our history. Violence, force, imprisonment, enslavement. That is the future if we don't stop it. We can't let the Pelosi's of this world get total control, otherwise we're fucked. We're already fucked. But we do have a chance. We do have a chance to stand now. I hope you guys are ready, because things are going to get increasingly ugly with each passing day. And it's not as a result of death by disease. It's the result of control freaks who believe they have a right to determine what is best for you, best for your children, best for your family. Oh, that house is too big, so because you only have 2-3 people in your household, you don't need a 4-bedroom house. So we're going to move you over here to the slum. And you have to stay there. That's the kind of shit we're talking about. The seizure of your private property, the seizure of your children, the seizure of your very life. I'm in South Carolina. Any of you who may be close to South Carolina, holler at me. Holler at me. We have to figure something out before we can't figure it out anymore. Do you want to be alone with your children, your wife, when these monsters knock on your door? Anyway, this will be my only video today. I'm not doing any articles. I'm not doing any news clips. I'm just talking to you from my heart, and I hope you take heed, especially those of you who live in the United States. Because the authoritarians are baring their teeth, because the authoritarians, the communists, they are coming to your home to take from you what is yours. Till next time, kill the state.